Today we will be testing a tactic which has been created by myself and Zinklo to overachieve with many different sides. We've got teams just promoted, we've got teams predicted 16th, 17th in the league, we've got teams pulling in the Europa League, we've got teams in third place, and we've also obviously got PSG. We're testing with 5 teams today, and it's going to be a very, very good test because you're going to see how this tactic, a 3-4-3 asymmetric, can work at all different levels. What's going on there, guys? Kempy here, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video from myself, and today's video is a tactic test of an asymmetrical 3-4-3 made by Zinklo and myself, so a massive thank you for him for sending over the idea. We've given it a few tweaks, we've made it tip top, and it works like an absolute treat for overachieving sides. I am also testing with PSG to show you what this tactic can do at the very, very top of the game as well, but do not get me wrong, it is an overachieving tactic. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. Bournemouth predicted to come 16th place in the league. We've ended up coming 7th, a very strong season on 60 points. Is absolutely lovely to see. 13 plus goal difference as well is beautiful. So I didn't do anything in the cups, but in the league, a very strong performance. You know, one of the strongest I would probably expect from Bournemouth. Coming 7th in the league is very, very good. Going into the data hub, which isn't in its normal position, and for some reason is down the bottom. You can see we scored 1.97 goals, conceded maybe a tad too many than we'd have expected, but again, predicted to come 16th. We are basically trying to outscore our opposition, and when you see the tactic and you see the very odd shape it is, you'll understand why we're not, you know, blasting teams away left, right and centre, but having very good performances nonetheless. Dominic Solanke, third top goal scorer behind Kane and Erling Haaland on 26 is very, very impressive. Second on average ratings as well, second on player of the matches, well actually joint with Haaland, and Hamad Traore level on assists. Now again, transfers wise, I have left it up to the world of FM to decide the transfers that get made, so I let the assistant manager effectively make them. So that's what's happened there. Stats wise, we were third on most goals scored. We were not on the list for most shots against or fewest shots against, which is quite interesting. Possession wise, again, we're not keeping too much possession, and conceded wise, we're also not there. But for a team predicted to come 16th, coming in 7th place, very, very impressive. A wild 38 points clear of relegation, and that's very, very impressive. And another team, just to show you the other team we've massively overachieved with, is Rayo Vallecano. They are in the Europa Conference League. I'm not sure if that's the case in real life or not. They're predicted to come 10th, but with having these extra games, I think we've done very, very well. And in cup competitions as well, to get the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey, the quarterfinal of a European competition, and to still come above our predicted position of 10th to come 9th, I think is very, very good. 12 points off getting back into Europe, but I think that is to be expected. The board expectation was simply to avoid a relegation battle, and I don't even think we spent a lot of money. £3.7 million was spent, so we've done very, very well. Again, goals-wise, lots coming in from Radamel Falcao of all players. Nteka de Thomas also doing bits. Alvaro Garcia as a winger, so the three strikers and the winger getting involved. 15 assists here from Unai Lopez, 11 assists from Trejo, 9 goals, 2 assists from Jose Pozzo, and as well to go back to Bournemouth to show you the goal scorers here. It is dominated by Dominic Solanke, and the striker next to him is Anthony Semenyo. Now this guy is definitely not good enough to play up front in the Premier League week in, week out, but we still come 7th with Bournemouth with him up front, so I think that says a lot. Hamad Traore was 7 goals and 15 assists, 6 goals and 10 assists for David Brooks as well. When you're seeing a lot of goals coming from different positions, you know, a lot of players there on 5+, and that's in a team that are predicted to come down in 16th place. We're going to go to Wolfsburg next up, and a very impressive season from Wolfsburg, predicted to come down in 9th position. A massive overachievement, obviously very different to the situation with Rayo Vallecano. We had no European football, so it was quite nice to be able to concentrate on the league, and 71 points, which is, you know, 23 points above the, you know, position they were predicted to finish in. We've had a fantastic season here with Wolfsburg. I mean, data hub wise, again, doing very, very well. 1.94 goals per game, conceding just 0.91, so a much more defensively sturdy season here from Wolfsburg. And again, scoring lots of goals, second on the chart just to Borussia Dortmund. Fewest conceded, we were actually second, much better defensively with Wolfsburg than we were with Bournemouth, which is good to see. Second on shots for, and only 6th against shots against. So you can see as we progress up the teams and we go to better and stronger sides, it is definitely paying dividends in terms of the tactic and how it's performing. Again, goals wise, 20 from Lucas Nemecha, 16 and 11 from Jonas Wind, and then again quite a big drop off compared to sort of the other teams we've seen, to be fair. Only sort of 4 to 5 players getting above 4 goals. So really a lot of it come from these 2 strikers in this Wolfsburg team, but still a very, very good season. Happy to challenge in second position. Milan, a team predicted to come down in, where are they, 3rd? So this is the sort of second tier side, I suppose. In Italy, it is mental. They're all very, very good. But with Milan, we were top for 36 of the 38 game weeks, which is very impressive. Semi-final of the Champions League as well. Sad losing to Leipzig, who I think would have probably lost to City anyway. But Coppa Italia runners-up, losing 1-0 to Sassuolo. So a one-off game, which is very frustrating that we should have won. We should have had a double with Madrid. And there's a man here who scored lots of goals, and that man is Olivier Giroud, scoring 41 goals and 9 assists. Divock Origi with 19 and 10. Rafa Leao with 15 and 14. Rebic doing well. 10 assists from Teo Hernandez, 12 from Alessandro Florenzi. So the wing-backs being very key in this formation as well. Who else we got here? 9 from Giroud, 8 from Calabria, 5 and 8 from Tete, 5 and 8 from Salamakers. Kefren Turan was brought in this summer as well, 4 and 5. Charles de Ketelaere with 5 and 4. 9 goals from Rebic as well. So again, a nice little spread of goals. And again, looking at the data hub, it gets stronger and stronger as we go up. Similar in goals conceded, but 2.39 goals scored per game from this Milan side. And last off is the absolute alphas, PSG. Let me show you a tactic with them. Well, if you guys can, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel as well. It helps me out massively, and follow on these 4 wonderful things: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube second account as well, where we do football chat. Sometimes I'm a little bit lackluster there, but I've just started a brand new job, so don't hate me too much. The support from you guys recently has been mental. The rebuilds have been popping off, so a massive thank you to them. If you've not seen one of my rebuilds, make sure to go and check them out. I have great fun making them, and you guys seem to love watching them as well. This is the tactic. I mean, what even is it? We've got a right back, no left back, 2 centre back. It's fantastic. But we're going to start off with a sweeper keeper on support in goal with tackle harder. The right back is a wing back on support, dribble ball and shoot less often. Right centre back, no further instructions, ball playing defender. Left centre back, I've put on ball playing defender and stay wider. So he should hopefully occupy this space a little bit, while Nuno Mendes is as a left wing back on support on the full left wing back role in dribble more and shoot less often. So again, he is going to have a lot of play down this left hand side, leaving that left back position sort of a little bit left alone. So Kimpembe is going to have to head over there and cover, and luckily we've got Danilo Pereira, who will drop into this more centre role while Kimpembe drops out left, and you sort of get a bit of the Pep 3-2-4-1 sort of going on with this bit, where you have sort of a player that will come in these roles. You'll have a 3 drop in, you'll have one that it goes a bit wild, but it's great fun. So yeah, Pereira, halfback on defend, no further instructions. Just in front of him is a Roman playmaker on support, on tackle harder. One of my favourite positions and formations, one of my favourite positions and roles on this game is the playmaker Roman, because they just sort of roam in this circle role, and while Danilo Pereira is going to drop in, he's going to need to drop in, he's going to need to go out wide, he's going to need to go into the cam role, and that is key. And he can also go out into this right midfield role, because Soler on the right mid is an inverted winger on attack with tackle harder. So again, I imagine he's going to get very involved in that diagonal space, while Neymar on the left hand side is an inside forward on support, on sit narrower and tackle harder. So Neymar's got to occupy this inside role while Nuno Mendes goes out wide. It is everywhere, and it's great fun to actually play in game as well. Some of the highlights I was watching were brilliant. And then you've got Mbappe and Evan Nielsen up front, both with advanced forwards, both with tackle harder. A very good 2-striker formation, very key of 2 strikers. A lot of people just use advanced forward and tackle harder. It is the best. You can go a little bit fancy. I do enjoy Trequartista, and I did try Trequartista in this right-sided striker role to see if he gets more involved with Soler and Vitinha, but the goals were sort of drying up, and it definitely was better in this way. Mentality-wise, is set to balanced. Again, we've got 2 centre-backs. It's sort of expected. In possession, it's a shorter passing, pass into space, play out of defence, low crosses, run into defence, work the ball into the box, and a higher tempo, the highest tempo possible. So maybe if you're playing with an underdog team, they were all tested at this, but they might have got even better results if you were to click that tempo down one, because some players just aren't good enough to play the highest of high tempos. In transition, we've got to roll it out, distribute quickly, counter and counter press, and out of possession, it's a lower defensive line. And again, that is because we've got the halfback who's got to hopefully help in and drop into that centre back role a little bit easier with that lower defensive line. This wing back as well was hopefully hopefully going to say a little bit more defensive than the attacking wing back on the left-hand side. High press system, prevent the goal distribution, and press much more often. And the results of PSG as well were obviously outstanding. 2.85 goals per game, 0.62 conceded. And actually, I say they were outstanding. I remember now, we actually had quite a big problem with this save, with Mbappe was injured with a broken leg, I believe it was. I remember seeing it. Or what was it? That might be a different sim. He was out for, where is it? He was out for a long old time somewhere. He's only played like 25 games, so he was massively injured for a big part of this season. Scored 21 goals and 7 games, but it meant Neymar actually played a hell of a lot of games up front, playing 18 and scoring 16. So we were sort of, we didn't plan to not have Mbappe. So for a lot of the season, we massively struggled with having just, Neymar and Mauro Icardi. Well, I think he scored, he played a few games, 19 goals, and Evan Houston eventually come in. Calvert-Lewin come in, didn't really play too much, but he did, was very, very good. Ivan Perisic was brought in on loan to hopefully, I guess, cover off Mbappe, and Neymar moved up front. So it was quite a makeshift season, and we did win a treble, but we only won 28 games, drawing 3 and losing 3 in a 34. Semi-final in the Champions League by Manchester City, a little bit annoying. Obviously, we know RB Leipzig went on to win that one. And the Coupe de France we won, and the Trophy de Champs we won. But even the Coupe de France was, a shaky game, a 3-2 win against Toulouse. But we did end up winning the treble, which is great to see. But not the greatest result I've seen with a top side. But I think that's mainly because Mbappe was injured for like 4 months of the season. So, yeah, it's to be expected. But it did show it was very, very good with all the little sort of underdog teams. Milan, again, not predicted to win the league. Wolfsburg coming second. Bournemouth coming 7th. And Vallecano coming in 9th place as well. So lots of tests, lots of new tactics as well. This tactic is a very odd tactic. Maybe one if you're, dominating your saves way too easy. You want to try something a little bit different. We'll give this one a go, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel as well, and we'll speak to you next time.